The Buffalo Bills got a monumental win over the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm breaking it all down today on Locked On Bills.
You are Locked On Bills, your daily Buffalo Bills podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Bills Mafia? It's Joe Marino from the Draft Network, and I'm your host of Locked On Bills. Want to thank you for making Locked On Bills your first listen every day. And as a reminder to you, we are free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. Today's episode of Locked On Bills is presented by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. You pick 2 to 5 players, and if they score more or less than their Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on your entry. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with promo code Locked On. That's prizepicks.com, promo code Locked On. Happy Victory Monday to you. The Buffalo Bills defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 24-20, improved to 5-1, and collected yet another one-score win. I think we can put the Bills can't win close games narrative to bed effective immediately. This was a big win. This win guarantees that you have the tiebreaker over Kansas City. You position yourself very well to make the Chiefs come to Buffalo if you face them in the playoffs. And that would be nice, because I feel like that matchup is inevitable. But this time, it would be great to bring them to Western New York. But the bottom line is, might not matter, right? The Bills beat them last year in the regular season. Still had to go to Kansas City. Now, hopefully this team can avoid some of those pitfalls this year that they ran into last year and not wind up in that position. And that was kind of the banter after the game. I had a chance to go to this game at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. That's why if you're watching on YouTube, you can tell I'm at a hotel room, not my normal setup. The voice is definitely struggling a little bit. We were in there trying to do our job to cheer on the Bills and had a great opportunity to interact with so many different people that came and said hello during the tailgate. But when we're kind of talking this over with the Chiefs fans, and I'll tell you, the Chiefs fans are fantastic. They're loud, they're passionate about their team, but I thought they were very respectful. But the entire banter after the game was, yeah, we'll see you in January, right? We'll see you in January. We'll see you in the playoffs. So this is a great step in the right direction, but you got to continue to take care of your business so that way you can make sure if you face this team in January, they're coming to your place. We're going to get into things I liked on offense, things I liked on defense, things I didn't like. We'll talk about predictions and all that type of stuff here on the podcast like we typically do. We'll start with things I liked on offense, and I have to start with Josh Allen. He outdueled Patrick Mahomes. Josh goes 27 of 40, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 12 rushes for 32 yards. So many big moments. How about the drive before the half? The Bills are 3rd and 13 from their own 1-yard line. Josh Allen from there, 3rd and 13 from the 1. He finds Gabe Davis for 19 yards. Then he finds Knox for 3, Diggs for 30, Shakir for 14, and then Gabe Davis for a touchdown pass from 34 yards out. Josh goes 99 yards in 1 minute and 18 seconds. 99 yards for a touchdown in 1 minute and 18 seconds puts the Bills up 10-7. Kansas City responded by making their 62-yard field goal. Good for them. But that touchdown for the Bills was huge. It was absolutely huge, especially when you consider how backed up you were in your own territory. 3rd and 13. Gabe Davis for 19. A few plays later, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays later, you're in the end zone. Big time drive from Josh Allen. How about the first possession of the second half for Josh? Kansas City misses a field goal on that opening possession. The Bills take the ball at the Buffalo 21, 6 plays, 59 yards, never got to third down. Love drives like that. First down, second down, first down, second down, first down, touchdown. No third downs. 17-yard strike to Diggs. Saw the one-on-one matchup and gave his guy a chance to go make a play on the ball. Touchdown. Just like the long throw to Gabe for the touchdown as well on that drive I talked about earlier. Finding those one-on-ones, ripping it, and giving him a chance to go make a play on the ball. Now, how about that game-winning drive? How about that game-winning drive from Josh Allen? His second game-winning drive in 3 weeks. Bills take over at the 24 with 5:31 left in the game. And Josh leads them down the field, highlighted by the 16-yard run with the hurdle. This was Josh's best hurdle yet, in my opinion. We know that we had the Minnesota hurdle and the Kansas City hurdle last year. This was the best one. I mean, Justin Reed was pretty tall whenever Josh jumped over him. And then he just kept going, right? Was necessary to get the first down. Big-time play. 2 plays later, a 14-yard strike to Dawson Knox for the game-winning touchdown. Big-time moments from a big-time quarterback. Through 6 games, there's no question Josh Allen is the NFL MVP, and it's not close. Through 6 games. Got to keep going. Got to keep it up. Thought Josh's supporting cast was mostly very good. Stephon Diggs, wide receiver 1, 10 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown. There were times in this game where Josh was playing pitch and catch with Steph Diggs, and they were getting a lot of production. Gabriel Davis, big-time plays, 3 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Dawson Knox, 3 catches, 37 yards, touchdown, the game-winning touchdown. And what's interesting is Dawson Knox had 3 catches. The Bills had 3 touchdown drives. Each of them included a catch from Dawson Knox. I mean, the big one's going to be the game winner, but that hole shot that Josh attempted to his left, fit that ball in between 2 defenders. Dawson goes up and gets it, gets his elbow down, extends the drive, sets up a touchdown. Big time. How about Devin Singletary in the run game? Phenomenal, right? Felt like this was the best we've seen the Bills mix in the run this season for sure. And maybe one of their better outings running the football in recent memory, to be honest with you. And I say that from the perspective of mixing in the runs, right? There were times where the Bills were able to lean on it, and they were getting displacement up front. They were getting push. And Devin was running confident and hard and making people miss and doing a great job. Also caught a couple of passes, 17 rushes, 85 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. 4 catches for 22 yards. He was terrific. I mean, Devin has continuously proven that he's this team's best option at running back, and I think he's developing into a really nice starting running back in the NFL. I do think it's worth it to mention that the run blocking was very good and the pass blocking was very good, and that's a great day for the offensive line. Josh got sacked 1 time. I think we can all agree that he shouldn't have been, right? It was a trip. Chris Jones stuck his leg out and knocked Josh Allen down, and that was a big mistake by the refs. You count on the referees to make those types of calls right there in front of them. Not a hard one. Got to make the call. So he got sacked once, but did he? Was hit 4 times on 40 passing attempts. I mean, that's good O-line play when your starting running back averages 5 yards a pop. Your quarterback is hit 4 times on 40 dropbacks. Good day at the office for the Bills' offensive line on Sunday afternoon. Remember when winning felt easy? That's because when you were younger, you were at the peak of your testosterone production. What some have called the winner's hormone or man hormone Wouldn't it be nice to get that winner's edge again and that old swagger back in your step? Want more energy to counter the negative physical effects of aging? Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster with Testofen will help you turn back the clock, re-energize your workouts, get yourself better results at the gym, and help you look and feel like the man you really want to be. Nugenix Total T contains man-boosting key ingredients like Testofen. It has been validated in 5 clinical studies shown to boost free testosterone levels in men. Because Nugenix Total T boosts free testosterone that the aging process robs, you'll feel stronger, leaner, with more energy and drive and more passion too. Your partner will notice the difference. Nugenix Total T can help re-energize your life and help you get back to the powerful, confident, good-looking warrior you used to be. Now get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T when you text NFL to 231231. Text now and get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast, absolutely free. Text NFL to 231231. Again, text NFL to 231231. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at nugenix.com/term. Our next partner has a product I use literally every day. I started taking AG1 because I wanted to see what all the hype was about, and I'm glad that I did. I take it to start my day, and it gives me more energy and balances my diet in a simple way. Now, I've been on it for several weeks, and I love it. It doesn't taste like it's super healthy. It actually kind of has a mild tropical taste that I actually look forward to each morning. So what is this stuff? With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging, all the things. Athletic Greens is critical for my daily routine. It helps support better sleep quality and recovery. It supports mental clarity and alertness. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/NFL Network. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/NFL Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right, let's talk about things that I liked on defense, and of course, we have to start with Von Miller. We talked about that this week. That was my big story on Thursday for the crossover. I reiterated a lot of that on Friday. This was the game. This is why you gave Von Miller a 6-year, $120 million contract. Performances like this, 2 big-time sacks, huge moments. First one was the second quarter, 2nd and 10, inside spin move, 9-yard loss, puts them in a 3rd and 19, Chiefs punt. Von Miller sack leading to a Chiefs punt. The second one was maybe even bigger. It set up Josh Allen's game-winning drive. 20-17 Chiefs. They're leading with 6:19 left in the game. Mahomes has the ball 3rd and 6 from the Chiefs 27, and Von Miller ends the drive with a sack. Give the ball back to the offense. Josh Allen leads a touchdown drive. Huge. You got him on the ground. And more importantly, you got him on the ground. You got the ball back to your offense. Josh Allen led a game-winning drive. And also on Taron Johnson's game-winning interception, or game-sealing interception, he had a pressure on that play. Kind of forced that throw. Forced Pat to step up or move to his right a little bit. And Taron was able to pick it off. Von Miller did the thing Brandon Beane had in mind when he signed him to a contract to come to Buffalo. This was what you wanted him to do. And he had another near sack where I think if he would have kept playing with top effort the whole rep, it would have been a sack. But, if he didn't get him by his shoestrings, Pat was going to run for a first down. Von Miller did the things Brandon Beane had in mind when he signed him to that deal. Dude's off to a great start. I think he's got 6 sacks through 6 games. It's phenomenal. Speaking of phenomenal, how about Taron Johnson with a game-winning interception? Game-sealing interception, if you will. Big-time moment, right? I don't think Taron made necessarily the impact he was hoping for in this game, had some missed tackles, but he made up for all of it with that game-winning interception. Great play by Vaughn to get a little pressure. Matt Milano buzzed down. Taron reads the ball and drives on it and seals the game. Huge. Absolutely huge. How about that sequence? Think about that. Von Miller gets that sack, a big money free agent from Brandon Beane. Matt Milano is involved in kind of getting that pressure and making a lot of big plays in this game. He's a big money extension guy for Brandon Beane. Dawson Knox, game-winning touchdown. Big-time extension from Brandon Beane. Josh Allen, game-winning touchdown throw. Big-time extension from Brandon Beane. I mean, it's just a phenomenal roster that Brandon's been able to assemble. And every time you see something happen, you're like, wow, yep, Brandon Beane draft pick, Brandon Beane extension, Brandon Beane big-time free agent acquisition. Taron Johnson, game-winning interception. How about that? How about Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano? I thought they played great, both of them, the entire game. Both of them were playing fast and physical, had tone-setting tackles. I mean, Milano, with some of his stops that he was able to make out towards the numbers and even towards the sideline, were just phenomenal. And, the Bills had a kind of an interesting plan for dealing with Travis Kelce. You can debate whether it was good or not. Some of it led to Matt Milano coming off the field. But, man, his run stops, the way he closed and triggered was just phenomenal. How about Shaq Lawson getting a sack in this game? I thought he played great. I think Shaq might be the third best defensive end on this team. I want him on the field over Boogie and AJ. I do. He's just a really smart player. He's not going to run circles around offensive tackles like Von Miller's going to. He's not going to one-arm stab and power through offensive linemen with consistency like Greg Rousseau can. But my goodness, is Shaq smart. He contains well. He's where he's supposed to be against the run. Got great eye discipline. And he plays hard. I was happy to see him get a sack in this ball game. How about Kyer Elam? Huge pick, right? Pat Mahomes throwing a red zone interception. I mean, how many times does that happen? Probably not very often. And you just get done turning the ball over on your first possession in the red zone. The Chiefs do the same thing, courtesy of a one-handed interception by Kyer Elam. Great play. Bad decision by Pat. Bad throw by Pat. Great play by Kyer Elam. Took points off the board from the Chiefs. But overall with the defense, this is what I'll say. The defense did a good job of doing something that I told them that they needed to do. Or that's probably too much credit. I didn't tell them, but in my podcast, I talked about the need to just keep playing, right? And there's nothing schematically interesting about that, but it's more of a mindset, right? Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes are going to make their plays. Travis Kelce's going to make his plays. But you bow up when it matters. You force them to go 1 of 2 in the red zone, right? 3 punts, 2 turnovers, 2 field goal attempts. You held the Chiefs to 20 points, which is 10 below their season average? You'll take that every time. This is a different type of beast in the Chiefs, right? It's not going to be all the pretty stats sometimes that the Bills defense has. But they bowed up when it counted. Huge turnovers, some huge stops. And they did it with, kind of some challenges there in the secondary with Dane Jackson going out for a little bit with a stinger. Christian Benford, same thing. Cam Lewis is having to play a little bit. You're mixing in Saron Neal a little bit more. Jordan Poyer is playing through a rib injury that he didn't get cleared to fly on a plane with and winds up driving, 14, 15 hours to get to Kansas City to play in this ball game? Man, this is a real football team we got here. Love how they just kept playing and competing and showing up. Wasn't always perfect, but they made the plays when they mattered most. I want to give a little shout out here to the special teams. The Bills' special teams did some really good things in this game. First of all, Tyler Bass, perfect day, 3 of 3 on extra points, made his 39-yard field goal, so 4 of 4. Sam Martin, the Bills punter, quality day, 2 punts. Both were really good. His second punt was huge, though. Fourth quarter, Bills have to punt from their own 24. Sam Martin uncorks a 60-yarder. Chiefs start their next drive from their own 23, flip the field. It was big. So the Bills get a 3-and-out, and then it's the game-winning drive. You want to talk about complimentary football, that's it. You get a amazing punt that pins a team back a little further than you thought. Your defense gets a stop, and your offense responds with a touchdown. That's complimentary football. And then this other little sequence here that I really love from the special teams, it was the opening kick of the second half, and the Bills did this several times throughout the game, but I want to point to a specific example of where I think it really mattered. Opening kick of the second half, the Bills, of course, generally force the other team's kick returner to have to field it at about the goal line and advance the ball. The Bills aren't willing to just concede the 25 on a touchback, which I love about the team. You force the return, and you say, you know what? Hey, if you we think we can stop you. We think we can not just give you the 25. You force the return on that situation. Their kick returner, Isaiah Pacheco, was tackled by Damar Hamlin at the 16. So instead of that drive starting at the 25, it started at the 16. That's a big deal. To me, that's a 9-yard loss. And how does that drive end? Chiefs missed a 51-yard field goal. What if it was 9 yards closer? It's probably through the pipes. I thought the kick and punt coverage was excellent all day long. Well, folks, I hope you have been getting in on the action over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is my favorite daily fantasy resource. How does it work? You pick 2 to 5 players. If they go score more or less than their Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on any entry. There's no competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available. And Prize Picks has every sport that you watch, not just NFL or college football. You name it, they have it. College, basketball, NBA, MLB, soccer, esports, NASCAR, tennis. You can find it over at Prize Picks, and entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It's literally that easy. So download the Prize Picks app or go to the prizepicks.com to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with promo code Locked On. So if you deposit 100, Prize Picks will give you 100. If you deposit 50, Prize Picks will give you 50. Just don't forget to use promo code Locked On at sign up for an instant deposit match worth up to $100. We all know when it comes to sports, teamwork is everything. Every player on the field has their role that contributes to helping their team win. And honestly, it's the same when it comes to game day snacking. Whether it's making the dip or bringing the chips, everyone has their role. And if it's you bringing the chips, let me tell you, I'm going to make you the MVP because Zach's Mighty Tortilla Chips are out here changing the game. These are the best tortilla chips out there. My wife and I love them. We love spinach dip, artichoke dip, buffalo chicken dip. We use these things all the time, and we know that Zach's Mighty Tortilla Chips are delicious, crunchy. They're made to dip. You never got to worry about them breaking in half when you dunk them in the guacamole. They are sturdy, crunchy, and delicious. And also love that they're grown from organic Flint corn in upstate New York. So be the hero of this week's tailgate and grab a bag of Zach's Mighty Tortilla Chips at your local Wegmans. Zach's Mighty Tortilla Chips, making you the MVP. All right, let's talk about some things I didn't like from this ball game. And I'm not going to nitpick hard here. This is a big win, an emotional win. I think you can from fans to the team. I think a lot of people needed this, right? So I'm not going to go too hard here, but there's some things I want to point out. Things I didn't like. First of all, opening possession fumble, right? You're driving the football down the field with ease. 8 plays, 60 yards. You never got the third down. First down, second down, first down, second down, first down, second down, first down, second down. 2nd and 6 from the Kansas City 13. Fumble. Josh Allen flicks it to Isaiah McKenzie, who was not looking for the ball or did not appear to be ready for the ball. Didn't handle it. And it was going to be a touchdown. Like, there was good blocking out in front. So you don't get a touchdown, and not only that, you give the ball back to the Chiefs. Your opening drive, you're moving the ball with ease. Fumble. And man, after really kind of emphasizing the red zone throughout the podcast last week and being able to finish drives with touchdowns and not field goals, man, you want to talk about the extreme opposite of achieving your goal of scoring touchdowns and not field goals. It's turning it over in the red zone. Now, fortunately, Bills responded by forcing their own red zone takeaway courtesy of Kyer Elam. But that was a really strange sequence for the Bills to go red zone turnover, Chiefs to go red zone turnover. So then the Bills get the ball back, field goal on the next offensive possession, and then they drive the ball down to the 2, right? Second and goal, no, to the 3, excuse me. Second and goal from the 3, come away with no points. Isaiah McKenzie drops a touchdown pass on, I think it was 4th down. Just kind of tripped over himself when he was supposed to catch the ball. It's a rough day for Isaiah McKenzie. So 3 drives to start the game. One that gets to the 13. One that gets to the 3. And in your first 3 drives combined, you get 3 points. No points when you got to the 13 or the 3. Those first 3 drives were everything that I had feared about the game. Just not being able to convert and leaving points on the board. Well, look, the Bills did a good job of embracing the game script and doing what was necessary to win the game, but left a little meat on the bone there early on in the ball game. I thought the defense, a lot of good praise for the defense. Man, they missed some tackles, huh? Juju Smith-Schuster has 5 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown. But, man, he was able to really get some significant yards after catch because of missed tackles by the Bills. So, just too many in a ball game like this. Obviously, it didn't cost them. They won it. But for as good as the tackling's been to this point all year, wasn't great against the Chiefs. Then also point out that, Spencer Brown didn't finish the game with an ankle injury. Not sure about the severity. David Questenberry came in and played right tackle. Hopefully he's okay, but, x-rays and you'll find out. Could be a few weeks, could be the year. We'll find out the severity there, but obviously didn't like that Spencer Brown wasn't able to finish the game. I think he was the only one, though. The only player that did not finish the ball game. So the Bills seem to be pretty healthy going into this bye week. And that's good. That's where you want to be. Let's look at my predictions and talk about what's next here for the Bills and the podcast. I did good on my predictions, folks. Number 1, I had Josh Allen with more total yards and touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes. Yes, Josh Allen had 361 yards. Patrick Mahomes had 359. Josh Allen 3 touchdowns. Pat Mahomes 2. We got that one. I predicted a touchdown reception for Dawson Knox. Folks, did we get one? Game winner. Yes, got it. Number 3, I said when you add up punts, missed field goals, and turnovers for each team, the team with the lower number will win the game. Yes. Chiefs had 5 situations where their offensive drives ended like that, and the Bills had 2. And I think most importantly there is the Bills didn't turn over the ball. The Chiefs did twice, and they missed a field goal. And they punted 3 times compared to the Bills 2. So great job by the Bills there. This next one, I think I got it right, but I'll let you guys decide. I said the Bills will have more rushing yards than the 84 per game that the Chiefs are currently allowing, and average more than 4.1 yards per carry that the Chiefs are giving up so far this season. So I got the yards very obviously. They got 100. Bills had 125 rushing yards in the game, so that exceeded the 84. They averaged 4 yards per carry on the dot, but that includes 2 Josh Allen kneel downs at the end of the ball game. So if you're counting them, then I didn't get the parlay there on the yards per carry. If you aren't counting them, which I am inclined to do because the spirit of what I was predicting was that they would run the ball at a clip that was higher than the season average. So I don't know how you want to deal with that, but I predicted the Bills would win. And I got that. So this might be the first time I ever went 5 for 5 if you're giving me the yards per carry. So I'll leave that up to the court of public opinion on that, but I'd like to think I went 5 for 5. And I think that's for the first time ever. And we've been doing this podcast since 2019. So a lot of predictions. So the Bills are 5-1. Let's look at the rest of the AFC East real quick. The Jets improved to 4-2. The Jets are 4-2, folks. They beat the Packers 27-10. So what is that? Consecutive wins for the Jets over some pretty decent teams, right? Was it Baltimore and Green Bay that they beat, if I'm not mistaken, the last 2 weeks? Miami? It was Miami and Green Bay. Lost to Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. But Jets are 4-2. Patriots improved to 3-3 with a 38-15 win over the Browns. Bailey Zappi over 300 yards passing in that one. Miami fell to 3-3. They lost to the Vikings 24-16. Next up for the Buffalo Bills is a bye week. So that gives us some interesting opportunities here to get a little creative with our content. Tomorrow will be herd mentality. Wednesday, we're going to do a self-scouting episode because the purpose of the bye week, it's to rest for the players, but for the coaching staff, it's about self-scouting and becoming more aware of your tendencies, things that are good, things that are bad. So I'm going to kind of put the Bills through my own self-scouting and talk about it. And then we'll get to some guests later on in the week and early next week as well before we flip over to the Green Bay Packers. So glad we're going into this bye week with a win, right? A win over the Chiefs of all things. So you think about the other side of that coin, and for 2 weeks you got to sit there and sulk on a loss. Well, the Bills took care of business, got this win, should be pretty healthy coming out of this bye, should be rested and geared up for a long stretch ahead. And obviously want this team to play deep into the season, even into February. So there's going to be a lot of football played here by this team consecutively. So need to stack wins, obviously, get healthy, but also work towards getting that second bye, right? You want that first round bye in the playoffs. Only one team gets it. Take care of your business. You'll get yourself another bye. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of weeks in a row between now and February if you go on this run we want the Bills to go on. So I think that puts even more of an emphasis on week to week taking care of your business and being in position to capitalize on, wins over Baltimore, wins over the Chiefs, and I'm sure other big conference wins that are coming to legitimately be the 1 seed, to not only make sure that the Chiefs come to your place if you play them, to get that second bye, because this early season bye comes at a good time, but also there's long stretches ahead. So take care of business and get that 1 seed. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here today on the podcast. As always, I kindly ask that you share, subscribe, rate, and review. Enjoy your Victory Monday, and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow.